Chaturangas are good for that. Yeah. Or
planks and chaturangas. And
yeah.
all right, so
Let's give it a right tricep. Only the right one? Left one's good? Good.
all right, let's go ahead and sit up nice and tall. Lift your shoulders up and then roll back down. Hands on your knees, elbows soft at your shoulders. Eyes are closed, you're gazing down. Without changing anything, just begin to notice your breath. And then intentionally begin to deepen your breath, finding your equal inhalation, exhalation, in and out through the nose. Mind wanders, focus back on the breath. If it's helpful, you can inhale a count to 4 and exhale a count to 4. Remembering that we always practice ahimsa, and that means non-violence, no pain or judgment in your practice. Just gather your hands together in front of your heart and bow inward. Maybe you want to add an intention to your practice, a single positive word you'd like to see more of in your life. And then interlace your fingers and stretch around your back and tuck your chin. And then reach up high, relax your shoulders, find a little bit of space between your ribs, moving side to side. And then reach tall and let your hands come behind your back. Interlace your fingers, stretch them down to the floor, keeping your spine long. If you can lift the arms up without pushing the spine forward, that's your stopping point. Find that stretch in the front of the shoulder. And then drop your hands down and reach it back up. And then on an exhale, take your right hand to your left knee, twist and look back over the left shoulder. And then inhale, reach it high, and exhale, twist to the other side. And then inhale up, exhale down. And make your way to hands and knees. Finding a tabletop position, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. And then you're going to move through your cat-cow tilt. So on an inhale, drop your belly, lift your head, hold here, breathe into your low back. Exhale, arch your back high, push the forward. And then just connect with your breath, inhaling, sway back. And exhaling cats. Keep cycling through. Our breaths connect to our own bodies and move in different ways. Wait for your exhale. Return to your flat back. Look over the right shoulder towards your right hip. push that right hip forward at the same time. And then go ahead and look to the other side. And shift back to center and press it into child's pose. Hips towards the heels, or towards the mat. Remember to follow the knees. You can pop the hips up. And then shifting forward, hands and knees back under the hips. And send your left leg back. Toes on the mat. Press through the heel to find that stretch in your calf muscle. You can hold steady or add a gentle rock back and forth. You can keep doing what you're doing. If you like to start to engage your core, keep the wrists under the shoulders, push the floor, engage the belly, and then maybe lift that right knee a few inches. And then place that knee down and lift the left leg. Go ahead, circle out the ankle, reverse it. Press through the heels, stay there, reach that right arm forward, reach and pull both directions, keep breathing. Stay here, or you can take a diagonal, let the arm go to the right and the leg go to the left. Keep the belly lifting in towards the spine. And then bring it back to center, and then exhale, squeeze it under the body. Inhale, stretch it out. Exhale, diagonal. Inhale, out. Exhale, under. Last time, out. Diagonal. Out. Under. Stretch it out. Put your hand down. Let your foot cross over the right shoulder towards your toes. Some of you might want to walk your hands a little more to the right. Little deeper stretch. Don't need it, don't add it. It's always the move. You moved your hands, bring it back to the front, and now swing your leg to the left side so it's in line with the knee. Reach the left arm high, circle the wrists. Reverse. Keep it straight up or start to let it go back. And then bring your hand down. If it feels okay, we're going to keep that leg out to the side. Push your hips to the back of the mat. If it bothers the knee, just bring it back into a child's pose. And then shifting forward, bring the knee in and send the right leg back. Toes on the mat, press the heel, find that calf. You can hold steady pressing or add that gentle rock back and forth. And keep doing what you're doing. If you want to lift that knee, you're going to get the wrists under the shoulders, push the floor, engage the belly, and then maybe float that knee a few inches off the floor. And then place your knee down, lift the right leg, lift, and circle the ankle. And reverse. And press through the heels, stay there, or left arm forward, reach and pull both directions. Stay here, or you're going to add that diagonal arm to the left, leg to the right. And then bring it to center and exhale under. Inhale out, exhale diagonal, inhale out, exhale under. Last time out, diagonal, out, under, reach it out, put your hand down, let the foot cross over the left, hold the left shoulder toward the toe. Some of you might walk your hands a little more to the left. Then walk them back to center, swing the leg to the right, right arm up, circle the wrists, reverse. Keep it straight up or start to let it go back. Little stretch, maybe a release and you go back. And then bring your hand down and press your hips back. Remember, you can bring that leg in if it doesn't feel good to keep it to the side. And then shift forward, Bring the knee in. And then tuck your toes, push your hips back towards your heels, breathe into your toes and your feet. Feel that stretch behind the toes, up the bottom of the feet. Coming off the hips, back, and all the way to the crown of the head. Go ahead and activate your arms so they're shoulder width apart. And when you're ready, going up to downward facing dog. So if down dog isn't working today, cat cows are fine to stick with. If you're in down dog, just gonna pedal out the heels, bending up the knees. And then just come to stillness and hold. Make sure you're not creating tension in the neck. Move the head around comfortably. Pressing equally through the hands and feet, heels reaching to the mat. They might not touch, but you're going to keep pressing down to create that space. And then go ahead and shift forward, find a plank position. If this feels like too much, go ahead and drop to your knees. We're going to hold your plank if you're up here. If you're not, you're already down here. Keep the belly lifted. Nice. Now we're going to touch our knees down. So you're in a knee push-up position. So everybody should look like they're about to do a knee push-up. And we're not going all the way to the floor. So we're going to see if we can bend our elbows, keep the elbows rubbing the ribs, and we're going to stop halfway. Hold it. Now push the floor away and bring it back up. There's your trick. That's what you want to do all week long. All right, go ahead and bend it down. There are your triceps. And then inhale, stretch it back high. So people want to get stronger in the arms. This is the way we do it. Go ahead, hold it. And now go ahead and come on down to the floor because it feels. Inhale, just roll up head, neck, and chest. Should be able to lift the hands. Feel that middle part of the spine start to work. And then forehead down. And you can go up through hands and knees. If you're feeling real strong, you can engage, push the floor, do a reverse plank, and then go back up to down dog. So remember, if you're new, we're going to start at the beginning. And then add on as your body gets ready. So we don't hurt ourselves. And the trick is with your vinyasa is you want to be able to keep those elbows in and lower with control with the knees down before you go knees up. All right, so we're going again, plank, hold it. Remember, you can already have the knees down here. Make sure not saggy, make sure not piking. Nice, straight spine. Now we're all going to put our knees in. Hold it. We're going to do that halfway point again. Squeeze them in. Elbows rub the ribs. Now come back up. You shouldn't be touching the floor. Those elbows should be in, rubbing the ribs straight to the back of the room. Now come back up. Everyone think Portland. Go ahead, bend your elbows, hold it. And then come onto the belly. And then roll up, find cobra. Should be able to lift the hands. You can keep it there. If you're feeling ready, you can go ahead, straighten the arms and lift into upward facing dog. Maybe look back. And we're all just going to tap our knees, tuck our toes, take a few breaths here. And then up to downward facing dog. So we're going to do one quick flow just because we have new students. All right, so inhale, find your plank. Exhale, knees down. Same exhale lowers you. Elbows rub the ribs. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, hands and knees or down dog. All right, one more time. Inhale, plank. All right, so if that is enough of a challenge for you, keep dropping the knees down. If you can keep the knees lifted and the elbows rubbing the ribs, you can stop and hover. And then go ahead, curl it up, find your up dog. And then exhale, up and back, down dog. So until you can comfortably hold that chaturanga, keep dropping the knees. That's going to build the strength you need. Walk your hands and feet towards each other and find your ragdoll. Hard work. All right, so go ahead, bend your knees, sway your hips, grab your elbows, shake your head yes and no. Just see what feels good. Breathe into what feels tight. And then on an inhale, we're gonna put our hands on our shins, push the shins away, and find Ardha Uttanasana. Long, straight spine from the crown of the head out the tailbone. Shoulders reach to the waist. And then exhale, soften. On an inhale, you can round it up or reverse swan dive. So rounding up with your new arms reach, stretch it out of the top, drop the tailbone. Only if it feels good. Add that little back bend. Now come up tall. We're gonna keep our hands up. Interlace all but your index fingers. And then just get the feet where they feel comfortable. Some of you might have toes touching, some of you might have them hips width apart. Nice. Shoulders down, bellies into the spine, tailbone drops. All right, now keep squeezing the arms into the ears, and we're just gonna start making a little circle. Like we're spiraling outward. Don't worry about which way you're going. It's too much to think of. And you're gonna keep making it get bigger and bigger. And then we're gonna spiral it back in, same way, until we get to that tiny little point at the top. And then we're gonna see if we can remember which way we just did and do the opposite. All right, so tricky. And if you don't, no, well, right? But should start to feel some warm arms here, yeah? That's the trick. All right, keep spiraling them out. That's good. And then we're gonna spiral it back in the same way. And then reach it tall, belly in, and stretch it to the left. Keep squeezing the arms into the ears. And then come up. And we're almost done. Take it to the other side. How good is it gonna feel when we get to drop the arms? Then come up and just let the arms drop. Give a little shake. And then reach them up. And then fold them forward. Stay right here, or you're gonna take the hands behind the back, interlace your fingers, and let them pull away and stretch the shoulders. And then put your hands back down, reach for your toes. On an inhale, press your shins away. That's your Ardha Uttanasana. And then exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up to standing, stretch it out, drop your tailbone, only if it feels good. Add a little back, come up straight, hands to your heart, drop your arms, step to the top of your mat and find your mountain. So anywhere from toes touching to feet, hips width apart, shoulders are backing down, palms come forward, belly in, tailbone drops. Feel as if you're being pulled up and out through the crown of the head. And find your breath. On your next inhale, arms go up. On an exhale, pull down towards your toes. On an inhale, press your shins away. Find that long, flat back. On an exhale, bend your knees, plant your palms, take the left foot to the back of the mat, and then place that knee all the way down. Sink into the left hip flexor and shine your heart open. So if the floor is too far away, hands can come up to the thigh, make sure the knee is over the ankle in the front, and the stretch is back here in this back hip. And then wait for an exhale, hips back, toes lift, Ardha Hanuman. And then shift the weight forward, stay here, bring both hands to your thigh. Keep the right arm on the thigh, take the left arm up alongside the ear, and then stretch it to the right side. Some of you are staying here, some of you are gonna reach that right hand towards the floor or block. If it doesn't reach, keep it up. And then go ahead and put your hands down. You can go hands and knees or down dog. You can cat-cow or add your flow. So remember, if you're new, it's inhale, plank. Exhale, elbows rub the ribs. That's your Chaturanga. You can hover there, inhale, back bend. It can be cobra or up dog. And exhale, hands and knees or down dog. On an inhale, let your left leg to thigh, toes down, and keep that leg straight for a moment. Flex the top foot. Press through the right heel. If your heel touches the mat, lift the toes on the right foot. Now turn the toes out to the side on the lifted leg and let it go higher. That feels good. Only if it feels good, bend the knee and open it. And then step that foot all the way to the top. Drop the right knee and find that right hip flexor. Stretch here, stack the joints. Remember, if the floor is too far away, you can bring it up. And then wait for an exhale, hips back, toes lift. Have splits. Hands walk with you if you need space for your hamstring. Honor your body. Shift the weight back into the front foot. Both hands to your thigh. Left hand stays on the leg. Right arm up alongside the ear. Stretch it to the left. Left hand can stay on the thigh or reach down alongside that left hip. And go ahead, just bring both hands back to the front. Take it back, hands and knees are down dog, cat cow, or as vinyasa. That's inhale plank. Exhale lower, maybe you want to hover instead of touch down. Inhale your cobra or up dog. Exhale, hands and knees or down dog. Elbows rub ribs, that's the trick. That engages the triceps more and it comes out of the shoulders, the shoulder points on the front of the shoulders, which is what takes all the effort if you don't put those elbows in. All right, so right leg high, toes down, legs straight. Flex the right foot. Nice, now just turn the toes out to the side and let the leg go higher if that feels good. Skip it if it doesn't. Keep it there or bend the knee and open the knee. And now step that foot all the way to the top. Left hand or fist is flat on the mat, right hand on the thigh, turn and twist, look to the right. Keep the right hand here or reach it up. One of those people with real open hamstrings, some of you might want to start putting a little bit of length in that front leg. You're going to straighten it up. Feels like too much, it is too much. And then we're all going to put our hand down. We're just going to step up with the left foot and back with the right foot. Right hand flat, left hand on the thigh, turn and twist and look to the left. Keep it low or reach it up. Again, those of you that have that space and you want to add a little bit of length in that front leg, press up with that back heel. Up, yes. Push that back. Yeah. Find that strength. I see that arm working. Go ahead, bring that hand down. You can either step up to ragdoll or go back to down dog. So if you want to rest, come up here and rest. If you want to flow, take it back. Add your vinyasa. Elbows tight. Touch those knees down first. Touch them down. Keep the elbows rubbing in. Yes. Hover there. Now push up. Don't go all the way down. That's the trick. All right. If you went to down dog, bring both feet back to the top of the mat. And then on an inhale, we'll all press our shins away, find Ardha Uttanasana. And then exhale, hold. And inhale, come all the way up. Stretch it out at the top, rock your tailbone. Only if it feels good, you're adding a little back. And then come up tall and hands to your heart. Drop your arms, find your mountain. And then step your right foot back, setting up warrior two position. So warrior two is heel to arch alignment. Front heel intersects with the back arch, arms come up parallel, and you bend into the left knee. Don't let this knee go past the ankle. It's better to have it behind. If you want more advanced, you're going to keep the knee on top of the ankle and keep dropping that front thigh parallel. All right, not last thing. Check out that your torso is straight up over your pelvis and you didn't shift it. And then look at that knee and track beneath the pinky toe side of the foot. So it shouldn't be caving in, it should be opening up. Makes it a hip opener. And you're breathing. Looking over the left fingers. Let's all turn our palms up, bend your elbows, and let the shoulders relax. That's where we want the shoulders to stay. Now keeping the shoulders where they are, straighten the arms. Keeping the shoulders where they are, turn the palms over. Now flip the left hand, stretch it back, reverse your triangle. And just reach through that left arm. And then exhale, go right back to warrior two. Let's just do that 2 more times. So inhale, stretch it back. Exhale, warrior two. One more time. And hold it. And then wait for an exhale. We're going to cartwheel our hands down. So the right arm's going to go down to the floor. The left arm's going to go up. You're going to end up back in that side twist. And then put that hand down. You can either step up to ragdoll or back to down dog. You can rest or flow. You went to down dog. Exhale, lower. Hover and hover back bend. And exhale, down dog. So your body, your practice is how to give options. You went to down dog, we're all going back to ragdoll. On an inhale, push your shins away. On an exhale, hold. On an inhale, come all the way up to standing, stretch it out, drop the tailbone, only if it feels good, add a leg. Come up straight, and hands to your heart. Drop your arms and step your left foot back. Setting up warrior two. Heel to arch. Arms up parallel. Make all those adjustments. So check out your torso, make sure it's straight. Check out your knee, it's tracking over. All breathing. Now flip the palms up and bend the elbows. So you can relax the shoulders. Keep the shoulders relaxed as the arms go out. Keep the shoulders down as the palms flip over. Now flip that right hand, stretch back, reverse triangle. And then exhale, bend your knee, go back to warrior two. Inhale, stretch back. Exhale, warrior two. Do one more like that. And then come back to warrior two. We're doing that little cartwheel, so it's just like cartwheel, with left arm down, right arm high, pop that back, heel up. And come into your twist. And then bring your hand down. Let's all go back to down dog or child's pose. And corner press, drop to the knees. Cat cow or Adho Vinyasa. Inhale, plank. Exhale, hover. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, hands and knees or down dog. And then let's all meet at hands and knees. And move through 2 cat-cow tilts. So as you inhale, look up. As you exhale, arch. One more time. And then return to your flat back and take your right leg straight back. Just roll the right foot to the side and take the left toes back so they go 90 degrees behind the knee. And reach the right arm up. So little side plank. Stay here or squeeze the belly, lift the right leg. Only if it doesn't bother the knee, you can bend the knee and take hold of the foot. So depending on what feels good to you, you might pull that heel into the glute to get a quad stretch. You might push it away to get a back bend and a quad stretch. Every bar is perfect, even if that foot's still on the floor. We're going to stretch it back out. Bring your hand down. Pop your left toes up as you go to hands and knees. And then send the left leg back. Roll that foot to the side. Right toe straight back. Left arm high. Remember, you can stay here or lift the leg. Stay there or bend the knee. Pull it in or push it away. Now release with control. Drop the hand, pop the right toes up. You can go to down dog or child's pose. Rest or flow. And then we'll all meet at hands, knees. And do 2 cat-cow tilts. So you inhale it up. Exhale, arch. One more time. Return to your flat back. You're either going to do the same thing. Keep the left knee down, right leg back, roll it, and you're back here. If you like to do full side plank, you're going to press up to down dog. And then you're going to shift forward into plank. From here, you're going to roll the left side of the left foot, and the right arm's going to go up. So if you need a little more help, you can bring that foot up and create a triangle with that foot right between the hand and the foot. Knee is over the ankle. You're here and you're like, geez, this is way too easy. Stack your feet, lift the leg, grab your toe. Too easy in the studio. Go ahead, bring it down. And we're just gonna drop to the knees and go to child's pose. I have jokes this morning. All right, go ahead and come forward. So remember your options. It can be left leg back, roll to the side, and you're back here. Same thing you did, you can lift that leg again. Or you're going full plank. So down dog, get you in the right spot. And then you're gonna roll to the right side of the right foot, left arm up. Make sure we're stacking joints here. Eventually, they might not be stacked. And add your thing. So whatever feels good. Add that left foot if you need it. Maybe stack the feet, maybe lift that top leg. Reach for that top arm, and then we're all coming down and we're all resting in child's pose. Good job, everybody. Let your arms soften away from your ears. You're not paying attention. Slow your breath back down. So Jenny, we don't always do lots of triceps. It was a request today, so take it easy and honor your body. So either from hands and knees, or you can stay in child's pose. Just take that left arm and thread it under. We're just stretching it out. Some of you might be able to take that bottom hand and reach up and grab that top shoulder, and it might deepen your stretch. Doesn't feel good, don't do it. I'm just going to switch it out. So take the right arm under. And maybe it looks good. Grab the shoulder because the focus is on stretching out that bottom shoulder. And then go ahead and bring it back to the front. We're gonna come forward, hands and knees. And we're gonna make our way to the back of the mat. So you can go straight back to ragdoll, or if you'd like to practice a toe squat, you're gonna take your knees wide and bring your big toe mounts together with your toes tucked. You're just gonna walk your hands back. If you get here and you're like, ooh, that doesn't feel good, stop. All right, so it's okay. You're gonna sit up on your heels, keep track of the knees open. Some of you are staying here. Some of you are gonna bring your hands to your thigh. Use your core. It feels like you're lifting up. If that does not feel good, you're already here in ragdoll. All right, honor your body. Number 1 rule in yoga. All right, so if you're in the toe squat, you can either reach down and round up, or you can power up through the thighs. And then drop your heels and shake it out. Shake out the arms. And just find your mountain wherever you are. And just take that left foot and step it forward. And we're just going to roll so that we have the ankle under the hip. And we're going to let that right leg lift. And you end up in warrior 3. So change up the arms if that's part of your practice. If they go forward, they stay alongside the ear. If you have the arms forward and you're completely parallel because you're practicing and you need more, you can work on tipping the body to the side with your arms forward. So find what works for you. And if that is right here, that's a beautiful warrior 3. Nice, everybody. Now hinge back to standing. You can stop there if you want some core. Bring that thigh up. Get a 90-degree angle. Don't lean back. Extend and point. Squeeze it a lot. And then lower. And shake. And find your mount. So make sure you're not going to tip forward and hit something. Have space. You're going to step that right foot forward. Stack the joints. And fly toward 3. The straight line is more important than how low you go. So if you're here, that's fine. You don't want to be here. Create tension in your back. Keep lifting your heart. Now tip that thing to the side flat. Yes, you can do it. Keep the arm forward, both arms to the right. Yes. Woo! Come back to the center, drop it, or bring the thigh up. Don't lean back, extend and point, squeeze, 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 and drop, and change. The cotton mounts. Take a moment, settle your breath. And then we'll practice our King Dancer. We've already basically done this with our knee down. So if King Dancer bothers your knee, you can go back and practice 4 to 3, or if that's just your new and you're like, I think I'll stick with that. Feels okay? Bend your right knee, take hold of the top of the right foot, and then reach the left arm forward. Stay here, squeezing it in, get a stretch, or you can pivot forward. If balance is an issue, face a wall where you can touch with the left hand. Feels okay? You're gonna keep pushing that foot away behind you, charging and reaching. It's gonna help with your balance. And then maybe that foot starts to go up towards the ceiling. Keep breathing. Nice. And then just hinge back to standing. Drop it, shake it, and then switch to the right foot. Remember, you can do warrior 3, or kick the left foot up, reach the right arm forward, and then tip. So you can pull it in. If you push it away and reach with that right arm, it's going to help with your balance. Keep breathing. Touching the wall will really do it for you. And then hinge back to standing. Drop it and shake it. And find your mount. Belly's in, tailbones drop. On an inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. From here, just walk your pinky toes out near the edges of your mat. And some of you are going to stay here because that's what feels good. So you can just feel that stretch in the outer edges of your hip. If it feels okay, you want to make it a squat, put your elbows above your knee, and then drop your knees. If you have knee issues, hips stay up in line with the knee. Feels good on hips and knees, drop them to the floor. Maybe the elbows come to the insides, maybe the thumbs come to the sternum. Malasana squat. You can also go back to that toe squat we did if you're one of those people where your heels just don't comfortably touch the floor. Honor your body. Remember, you're never creating pain. And then when you're done, you can come up. If you have a crow practice, you can practice that. When you're done, take it back. Yes, or not. So those of you crow on the screen, toes together, take your knees up into your armpits, and you shift forward and look forward. Keep the toes down so it feels really stable. And then maybe lift one toe, put it down, lift the other toe, put it down. Like that, squeeze the belly. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Nice job. That's it. Nice arm straight. Sorry. When you're done, take it back to down dog or tap toe. Rest or flow. And your last vinyasa. Okay, might have one more time. We're gonna move those arms tomorrow. All right, we're all gonna meet at hands and knees and do 2 cat-cow tilts. And then return to your flat back and lower down to your elbows. So interlace your fingers and make sure your elbows are directly under your shoulders. Tuck your toes and scoop your belly. So you can stay here. As you can see, you're already starting to engage shoulders and back. feels okay, you're gonna press your hips up, end up in dolphin. Of course, if you have an inversion practice, you really wanna go there, that's your thing, do it. All right, so if you're here and you wanna add a little more, we're gonna inhale, shift forward into plank, like you're gonna do a push-up, chin over thumbs, and then exhale, take it back. Another good way to strengthen those arms and your core. If you don't like the shifting, you can hold forward and just hold an elbow plank. When you're done, we're going to meet in child's pose. So take as much time as you'd like. And soften the shoulders away from the ears. And we're going to take that same twist and keep your hips down or pop them up. Take the left arm under, stretch out. Maybe you want to wrap that arm up. And then we're going to switch and stretch the other side. And then bring it back to the front. Stay where you are or press it to down dog. Rest or flow through your last, yes. We're going to go onto our bodies. And then any way you like to make your way onto your bottom, you can drop to the knees and sit down, you can hop up onto your bottom and swing your legs around. Navasana boat pose, they go behind the thighs, lift your heart, shoulders back and down, and then just lean back until you feel the belly engage. Stay here, or you can alternate lifting toes or bring both shins up. Stay there or add the arms. Or you can extend legs. Take a breath. If you're not holding on, grab the thighs, drop the heels, and just rest. So if you have wrist issues or you're just done with arms for the day, you can go back and do another pose. If it feels okay, your hips width apart, hands go behind the bottom, fingertips face forward. Unless that bothers the wrist, and you can change it up, turn it to the sides. All right, when you're ready, lift your hips. You're trying to get the hips in line with the knees. And really press the floor away. It should feel like a stretch in the front shoulders. And you're all breathing. Great. And then go ahead and lower down. And then just come up and roll out. And then think about what you need. You can stay where you are. Or last round can be another boat. Can be another reverse table, or you can do full incline plank. Extend your legs, toes together. That's what's good. You're gonna zip it in. Fingers forward, press into your heels and your hands. Lift your hips as if your toes might touch. If it doesn't make you dizzy, you can drop the head back. Doesn't feel good, don't do it. So remember, you can be here or here. You guys look awesome. Go ahead, lower down. Wow. And then just pick up your bottom and come on to your back. Then rock. Make circles, reverse circles. And just let your knees fall to the right and look to the left. And then come up and then go to the other side. Come back to center. and plant your feet. So feet or hips width apart, parallel close to the bottom for bridge pose, Chaturanga. So we'll all start with bridge. And this is a nice counter stretch for your shoulders. So arms down alongside the body. If you have really tight shoulders, you can also bend the elbows and press the triceps into the floor. So when you're ready, press into your hands and feet or your elbows and feet. Lift your hips as high as you can. Some of you might interlace your fingers behind your back and physically pick the shoulders up and walk them closer together. Think sternum to the chin. Think inner thighs parallel, not splaying out, but engage and hug them like roller tracks. Keep looking up and keep breathing. And then wait for your exhale, slowly lower down. And then just winch and wipe your legs. If it feels okay, bring your feet together and let your knees open up. If that doesn't feel good, take your feet wide and let your knees cave in. Slow breath. Right, so second back bend, knees up. You can do the same thing you just did. If you have a full back bend practice wheel, fingers go under the shoulders, almost to the sky. You roll up just like bridge, and you might stay here and just put a little bit of weight in the hands. Keep those elbows squeezing up to the sky, and then maybe lift and straighten your arms. Notice how you're more tired today. Heart to the back of the neck. Press for straight arms. Nice. Remember, you're only holding as long as you can hold and release with control. And then we're all going to hug our knees into our chest. Just rock it out. So we're going to hug it in. Just keep the little hug going here. And then we're going to let both knees fall to the right, look to the left. Maybe you want to straighten that back leg and put that right hand on top of that top. Breathe up. We're hugging both knees in again, and we're just letting both knees fall to the left, to the right. Keep the knees stacked, or just straighten that back leg. Let the top toes hang out behind the knee. Maybe left hand on top of the knee. Go ahead, come back to center. Down. Stay here or bring the bottoms of the feet together. Press your knees away. Stay there or you take both feet up in the air. Happy day. So we're not finishing up just yet. We have a couple things we're going to do. So rock it out, little sway side to side. And we're going to sit up one more time. So you can either bring it in and rock up. You can roll to the side and sit up. If you want to try rocking up, holding your feet, you can hold your feet or your toes. It's feet together, rock towards your shoulders, and then rock up. If you got your balance, same exercise. Shoulders back and down. Nice job. And then bottoms of the feet together. All right. So just do a little butterfly here. And then if it feels good, fold forward. And then sit up. Just come to a comfortable seat. Take the left arm up and bend the elbow. Just take your hand on top of that elbow and just stretch it out. Just by pushing it down. So just going to counter stretch all my work we did. And some of you, it's going to feel good to release that right hand, let the thumb go down to the floor. It might come behind the back. You might be able to grab clothing. Some of you might be able to grab both fingers behind the back. Asana. And then just release and just open your arms up, stretch, and then take that right arm up. thumb points down, it's knuckles to sacrum. You might be able to reach around and grab fingers or hands, or you can grab your clothing. A strap comes in handy here if you're still tight in your shoulders. And then just release and open up. Stretch and drop your hands. Come to hands and knees. And lower all the way to belly. All right, so this one's a little tricky. Not that it's anything fancy. We're gonna take the right arm out to the side and tense your fingers. So just like a T position, but your right ear is gonna be on the mat. Now you're gonna bend the left elbow and bend the left knee. And then you're just gonna roll to that side. You're gonna stretch out the front of that shoulder. Top foot will touch the line. Nothing fancy, just like you're at the wall stretching out the shoulder. Yeah. With the head back. And then go ahead, go center. Take your left arm out, bend your right elbow, bend your right knee. And then just rolling onto that right shoulder, and that right foot touches down behind you. Keep your head relaxed. Come back to center. Just drop your arms so they're in cactus arms and wiggle your hips, fingers facing forward, palms down. And then take your right knee and slide it up towards the right elbow. And just feel that stretch in the front of that right hip. You can stay here, or we're gonna make it a twist by extending your arms, lifting everything except your palms. And then take that left arm, you're gonna thread it under with the palm up, and then you're gonna roll on to the left shoulder. Let this right arm just go back, and then watch the right arm go. And that right shoulder will touch down if you keep letting this top knee pop up. So don't try to keep the knee down, just let it come up like you're gonna roll onto your back. And look to the right. Just as if your hips might roll over too. So imagine you're just gonna go on over to your back here. And then stop when the shoulder touches. Yeah, and stop. And then just take that right hand back up where it came from. Slide the knee down. And then cactus arms right here on the mat. And left knee slides the left elbow. Stretch at the front of that hip. Stay where you are, or both arms forward. Lift everything except your elbow. Take the right arm under with the palm turned up. You're rolling on to the right shoulder. And then just let that left arm go out to the other side, just like that T position. And if you found like a hover spot where your shoulders are touching, just imagine you're going to roll onto your back and then stop when the shoulder comes down. And then take that left hand back where it came from. Slide your knee down. And then just come back to your belly. Stack your hands and wiggle your hips. And then press up to hands and knees and go all the way back to child's pose. And then make your way up. If you need socks and sweaters, put those on. And we're coming on to our backs. Push it up. Rock it out one last time. If you need another happy baby to finish finish it up. If you need a twist, take a twist. You can let your knees fall on one side and then the other. If you took a twist, we're all going to meet back at the center. Squeeze it to center. Big inhale. Exhale, stretch it out, and you get to rest. Shavasana. Any last movements you need, and then just just settle into no movement. So a lot of times Shavasana is our most challenging pose. Because it's just us, just being. Eyes closed, if that's comfortable. Stay where you are. If it's helpful, imagine a beautiful golden light enters the body through the crown of the head. As the light pours through, it brings warmth, relaxation, down the scalp, forehead, all the features of your face, jaws relaxed. Make sure you're not clenching your jaw. Tongue is relaxed. Neck and shoulders. The arms, hands, and fingers. Chest, your heart, your lung, your abdomen, all your internal organs. Upper, middle, and lower back are relaxed. Hips, pelvis, buttocks, thighs, the knees, calves and shins, ankles, feet, out the toes. Body is completely relaxed. This state of peace is your true nature. Take a few moments just to be. Most of our energy goes into upholding our own importance. If we were capable of losing some of that importance, two extraordinary things would happen. One, we would free our energy from trying to maintain the illusionary idea of our grandeur. And two, we would provide ourselves with enough energy to catch a glimpse of the actual grandeur of the universe. Bring awareness back to the breath. Deepen your breath. Let it fill your body. Start to bring movements to fingers and toes, hands and feet, arms and legs until you're ready for a big stretch from fingertips to toes. If it feels good, hug your knees into your chest one last time. If you have a favorite side, take a few breaths on your side. The arm under you extends so your head can rest. Knees tucked up into the fetal position. And in your own time, in your own way, when you're ready, make your way back up to your comfortable seat, and we'll close our practice. So find your tall spine, find your breath. Remember your peace, always share your life. Hands to the heart, bow in, give gratitude to your body for your practice. Have a beautiful, joy-filled week. Namaste.